Hello, Glasgow Rangers Nation. How are we feeling? How's it? How are we today? Optimistic? Pessimistic? Mixture of both? Bit mixed? Don't know. Strange, isn't it? Weird. And I played the wrong tile music as well. Man, duh. Anyway, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. Been up since 5:30 this morning. Well, I don't know how to feel. You know what? I still don't know how to feel after last night. I really don't. Win's a win. A win in Europe, always good. But let's not dwell too much on that. Obviously, I think in the majority of what we're going to do in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about a few stories, a few updates around Rabbi Matondo, around Ridvan Yilmaz, around Michael Beale and the Harry Souttar link. Also, a little bit about Cyril Dessers as well. Like I said, I think all of us have got a kind of, well, not all of us. I think there is a very much a mixed feeling within the fan base and very divided fan base. I think, I was watching a few of the pods last night and I was watching the Rabble. I watched his Ibrox. I watched a few different things, and obviously Rangers review this morning. Caught up on that when I got back from work, and it's very mixed. There's a lot of fans who are very happy with last night, and pleased with the progress that we've made. And there was progress last night. Let's not beat about the bush. There was some progress last night. It was better than Saturday, but then let's face it, anything was better than Saturday. But there's other fans who think it was awful. It was pish. It wasn't good enough. It was rubbish. It's a very divided fan base at the moment, and Rangers really do need to go out on Saturday against Livingston and really put on another very good performance. But this time, a 90-minute performance, not a 25, 30-minute performance that we put out on. I think that's probably what it was. It was a 25, 30-minute performance. I think first half an hour, we were excellent. Fast passing, good movement. 2 goals, could have been more. And then kind of, I don't know, retreated into our shells, couldn't break them down. They were very much in your face. They played very well with 10 men, don't get me wrong, and full credit to them for getting what they got. And look at how they celebrated at the end. I think they're through, with the celebrations. It's only going to be a big game on Tuesday next week, which is going to be live again here on the channel. So please come and join us for that. We see if Rangers can get through to the next round, where they're likely, obviously, to meet PSV Eindhoven, who pretty much destroyed Stone Graz in the first leg 4-1. Well, let's get to the news updates. So Michael Beale has been talking about transfer business. Rabbi Matondo has been seen at another club. Could be just the media putting 2 and 2 together and getting 6, though, so you never know. But let's talk about the concrete news that Michael Beale has been saying as regards the links and regards transfer news and regards Rangers players coming in and Rangers players going out. Michael Beale commented last night that at the moment there is no players departing and there will be no players arriving anytime soon. At the moment, there is nothing to report. He rather funnily did say to the media, "You will be the first to know," which we know is not the case. The media will not be the first to know. That's not the way that it works, is it really? No. Michael, we don't believe that for a minute. Obviously, the first thing that he talked about was the rumours that surround Ridvan Yilmaz. There was a number of rumours in the press as regards Yilmaz and his future at the club. Obviously, at this present moment in time, the only big money departure, well, I say big money, £4 million departure is Fashion Sakala's. There was rumours that Ridvan Yilmaz was not happy, that Ridvan Yilmaz was a bit homesick, and that clubs like Fenerbahce, Besiktas were showing an interest in signing the player. However, Michael Beale has quashed those rumours, talking about them last night. He was asked directly about the Ridvan Yilmaz story. He said in response to this, he said, "There is nothing to report this evening. Ridvan is very happy despite losing his best mate, Fashion Sakala, and he will return to training next week." So, Michael Beale squashing those rumours that Ridvan is on his way out of the club. He says there is no truth in those rumours whatsoever. I think when it comes to Ridvan Yilmaz, I think we all know that he is a very talented left back. He is very good going forward. He's also probably better defensively than Borna Barisic. But having said that, I suppose Borna did have quite a decent game last night, didn't he? He did do very well. Probably his best performance in a couple of years from Borna. And look, I'm the first one to bash Borna when he plays badly, and I'll praise him when he does well. And last night, Borna did well, and we didn't miss Ridvan. But Ridvan is someone I think who can still play a part in this team. The big concern, the huge concern over Ridvan is his injury history. Since he's come to the club, he has missed an awful lot of time with injury, almost becoming, I don't know, the Turkish Kemar Roof, maybe. could be. You know, that's a big thing, and I think a lot of it has also come down to the fact fans questioning: is he up to the rigors of Scottish football? Is he up to the stresses and strains? Although this most recent injury didn't occur in the SPL, it occurred during pre-season and pre-season training, so we can rule that one out. But is he really up to the physicality of playing for Rangers? That is a big question of the moment as regards Ridvan Yilmaz. He also spoke about the Harry Souttar rumour. Harry Souttar, who of course is the brother of John. Harry is left-footed. He was a big money purchase by Leicester. I think Leicester paid somewhere around 12 to 15 million for him, which, you know, if they were looking to recoup some of that, would definitely put him out of Rangers' price bracket. I can't see us spending 12 to 15 million on a centre-half, especially considering we didn't obviously want to spend that on a centre-forward. So I think, you know, that's one thing that obviously rules it out. Harry Souttar would be a fantastic player if we get hold of him. He is a very, very, very good central defender. But those rumours were squashed by Michael Beale last night. What Michael Beale said about the Harry Souttar rumour was, Harry Souttar, there might be a bit of lazy stuff around that because his brother plays for us and he follows our club. And that was when he said, if there is any news, you'll be the first to know, which like I said, is not really the case. I don't think the media will be the first to know if Rangers are on the verge of signing anyone. However, they do need, I think, a left-sided centre-back. They do need to strengthen the defence. Underneath Souttar and Goldson, you haven't really got a lot of what I would call good starting quality. You know, Leon King is a young lad still developing. Balogun's been brought in for cover. Ben Davis is possibly on his way out and is, I don't think, up to the task. You know, you've got Yefeko. I think it's too soon for him. So we really do need, I think, a quality left-sided centre-back. And John Souttar's done very well, don't get me wrong. And I think he makes up for his lack of his left-footedness by the way he brings the ball out, by the way he battles, and the way he actually overcomes that difficulty. But, you know, he was very good again last night, one of the best players on the park. I think Todd Canwell was still man of the match, but John Souttar did deserve an honourable mention for his performance. So very interesting indeed as regards that. Now, let's move on to talk about two other players who were potentially or are potentially on their way out of Rangers. Let's start with Scott Wright. Now, for all intents and purposes, it looked like Scott Wright was off, and he was off to Turkey, that he was going to sign for Pendikspor in Turkey on the outskirts of the Turkish capital. But it now seems that move is dead, especially after Scott Wright came on and played for Rangers last night in the Champions League, which was, I think, some fans were greatly surprised at. Explaining why he is not going to join Pendikspor, the head coach of Pendikspor, someone called Osman Ozakoylu, said the transfers of Batfimi Gomez, Modeste and Scott Wright did not happen due to their costs. So it looks like that move is well and truly dead now, and Scott Wright will not be going out to join Pendikspor. If he is to leave, obviously Rangers need to find a new club that wants him before the end of this transfer window, which could prove tricky. So it does look like Scott Wright is going to remain with the club for now, which I know some fans will be happy about. He does seem to have a little bit of a cult following amongst some Rangers fans, but Scott Wright is going nowhere at present. Another player who has been linked with a move away from the club is Rabbi Matondo. Now, I get that there's a lot of players that Rangers fans want rid of. Glenn Kamara, Rabbi Matondo, Scott Wright, John Lundstrom, Borna Barisic, etc., etc. And like I said on previous videos, you can want rid of as many players, a number of players. However, the problem you've got is you've got to find someone willing to pay the price. And then beyond that, you've got to find someone who's willing to pay your asking price for that player. You can't just give players away for nothing. Rabbi Matondo, like I said, has really flattered to deceive. Yes, injury has held him back, but really he is not up to it. I don't think he is a Rangers player, and I think a lot of fans would have rather seen him go out the door rather than Fashion Sakala. But like I said, finding a buyer is not always easy. However, according to media reports this morning, Rangers winger Rabbi Matondo was spotted in the stands at Leeds' opening championship clash with Cardiff, fueling talk of a potential move to Elland Road. It comes with the futures of Leeds star wingers Gnonto and Somerville up in the air before the window shuts. Now, apparently, Leeds may according to these reports, see Matondo as a possible replacement for these players if these players were to move on. Matondo has been left out of Rangers' European squad list and has not featured so far. Yes, I know he is injured again now, but at this moment in time, it does seem like a move could be on the cards for Rabbi Matondo. However, the fact he was there, he may have been watching a friend play. I don't know. It may be just the media putting 2 and 2 together and getting 4. I don't know. You know, he is Welsh, well, allegedly Welsh. So, you know, maybe watching Cardiff. You know, again, I really don't know, but it just seems a very interesting one and something worth talking about anyway. And something that's going to get you get tongue wagging. You know, if a player who doesn't play for a particular team is seen in the stands of another team watching them, it always gets the media talking. It always gets fans talking, and possibly, you know, Matondo on his way out of the club, maybe, hopefully. A fee of 2 to 3 million would definitely be worth it, or Rabbi Matondo. Okay, so Searle Dessers. Searle Dessers. What do we think of Dessers? What's the story with Searle Dessers? You know, he scored last night. Some people say it was lucky. Some people say it was he let the ball hit him and it was in the right place at the right time, which is what strikers do, which you can kind of see. You can kind of see. And some people obviously say that, you know, maybe that's the thing to get him going. You know, often strikers need one to go off their backside or off their chest or off their stomach and just bounce in or off their knee or whatever, and that gets them scoring. Dessers has really flattered to deceive since he's arrived. However, I think it may be, you know, look, I was one who criticized the signing. I didn't rate Dessers. I didn't think it was a great signing. I would have much rather seen them go and get Madja or Freegan or someone like that. But he's here now and we've got to support him. He's a Rangers player. And I think, you know, maybe what we need to do now is we need to give him a couple of weeks to get himself fully match fit. You know, he admitted himself that he's a week or 2 behind the rest of the squad in terms of their fitness. And I think that's shown out there on the pitch. Now, you get fans saying, well, if he's not fit, why is he playing? Well, the problem is he needs to get match fitness. The only way of getting match fitness is playing. It's a bit of a vicious circle, really. So I think, you know, we're not going to see and be able to judge Searle Dessers until perhaps 2 or 3 weeks into this season. With obviously the Livingston game coming up on Saturday, it's vitally important that Rangers put their best foot forward and really go at Livingston at home again at Ibrox on Saturday. We cannot afford to drop any more points and fall any further behind that lot from across the city. But, you know, I think Dessers is an interesting case. I think we do need to watch this space with him and give him perhaps those 2 or 3 weeks to get himself back and going and match fit. Let me know in the comments what you think of Dessers so far. Did read a funny comment this morning that milk can turn faster than Searle Dessers, which was a very funny comment. I can't remember who wrote that, but it did make me laugh this morning. Anyway, guys, that's the latest update of all the latest goings on so far today at Rangers. If anything else breaks, obviously we'll bring it to you here on Glasgow Rangers Nation. Obviously, join us for our live stream on Saturday, as I'm going to dash home from work to get that live stream going. It may be a little bit late, but I will do a live stream still on Saturday of the Livy game. And then obviously the live stream of the Servette second leg away in Geneva on Tuesday night. Come and join us for that, as well as obviously all your daily news videos and updates. Best way to make sure that you never miss out, hit the sub, ring the notification bell. Guys, we are 31 away from 3,000. Help us get there as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. And as always, I need you to do 2 things for me. Number 1, smash that like. And number 2, remember, we are the people.